Welcome back to a new episode of the Animal Odyssey. Today, we're diving into the secret world of bees, but not just the usual they make honey kind of facts. From meat-eating bees to electric communication, this is the side of bees you've never seen before. Get ready to be amazed, because once you discover how incredible bees really are, you'll never look at them the same way again. Let's jump right into it. Fact 1. Some bees are meat eaters. When we think about bees, we usually imagine them sipping sweet nectar. But in some remote parts of the world, a few bee species have gone completely rogue and turned carnivorous. Known as vulture bees, these rare species feed on rotting meat instead of flowers. They've evolved special gut bacteria that allow them to digest raw flesh, much like hyenas or vultures. Instead of pollen, they seek out animal carcasses, gnawing at the flesh with their powerful mandibles. Once they collect enough meat, they bring it back to their nests, where it's turned into a protein-rich substance to feed their young. Even stranger, the meat honey they produce is technically safe to eat, but it smells so bad that no human has dared to make it a delicacy. Interestingly, this adaptation happened relatively recently in evolutionary terms, suggesting that bees are far more flexible and resilient than we ever imagined. Scientists discovered that vulture bees even have modified tongues, shorter and more hardened, perfect for scraping meat off bone. Their stomach chemistry has also changed dramatically compared to nectar-feeding bees. Instead of sugars, their guts are packed with acid-tolerant bacteria. And here's a shocking twist. In tropical jungles, vulture bees sometimes compete with wasps for the best meat, turning these peaceful-looking insects into fierce scavengers battling over rotting prizes. It's a reminder that survival shapes even the gentlest creatures in the most unexpected ways. Fact 2. Bees communicate using electricity. You probably know that bees dance to share information, but did you know they also talk using electricity? Bees generate tiny electric fields when they fly. Their wings beat so rapidly, up to 230 times per second, that they build up a positive charge. When a bee lands on a flower, that charge slightly alters the flower's natural electric field. Other bees flying by can detect these changes, letting them know if a flower has already been visited, saving precious time and energy. It's like having an invisible map showing which restaurants still have food and which ones are already empty. Even more incredible, researchers found that some flowers have evolved to respond to bee charges. Certain flowers temporarily boost their nectar production right after being visited, rewarding bees and encouraging return visits. But there's more. Bees also sense subtle electric fields from each other. This electrosense allows them to detect the charge signature of nearby bees, helping them avoid mid-air collisions during dense hive activity. And in complex hive environments where thousands of bees move in tight spaces, this silent electric communication system becomes even more vital, like traffic lights for buzzing highways. Some scientists even speculate that electric sensing played a critical role in the evolution of the famous waggle dance, allowing bees to transmit rich, multi-layered messages combining motion, vibration, and electric signals. For bees, communication is truly a 360-degree, multi-sensory experience. Fact 3. Bees can recognize human faces. In a stunning experiment, scientists trained bees to recognize and remember individual human faces, just like we recognize friends and family. Using special tests, researchers showed bees pictures of human faces alongside rewards. Bees quickly learned to associate a specific face with a sugar treat. What's even more fascinating is how they do it. Bees don't have a huge brain, but they process faces holistically, meaning they combine eyes, nose, and mouth patterns into a single memory. This is the same method humans and some primates use to recognize familiar faces. Their brains, smaller than a sesame seed, execute complex pattern recognition faster than some artificial intelligence systems designed by humans. And it doesn't stop there. Bees can also transfer this ability to other tasks, like recognizing different flower shapes or even abstract art patterns in lab tests. Some studies suggest bees can tell the difference between Picasso and Monet paintings, preferring certain styles when trained with rewards. Imagine that. An insect capable of art appreciation, facial recognition, and complex learning, all packed into a brain that weighs less than a grain of sand. It challenges everything we thought we knew about the link between brain size and intelligence. Fact 4. Bees sleep, and they even dream. Bees don't just buzz tirelessly around all day, they actually sleep. During the night, worker bees settle down, hanging onto flowers by their jaws or sleeping inside the hive. Some bees even fall into deep sleep so profound that they can be gently touched without waking up. Researchers noticed that bees in sleep show small, rhythmic twitches, moving their antennae, legs, and even wings, very similar to how humans behave during REM sleep. This raised a fascinating question. Could bees be dreaming? Some scientists theorize that bees might replay daytime memories, like the locations of flowers or successful flights, while they sleep. This could explain why forager bees become better at navigating complex landscapes over time. What's even more fascinating is how sleep affects bee behavior. Sleep-deprived bees struggle to perform the famous waggle dance accurately, leading to poor communication and mistakes that can jeopardize the whole colony's food supply. In some extreme experiments, researchers found that bees forced to stay awake become socially isolated, choosing to spend less time with other bees, almost like moody humans. The conclusion? Sleep is absolutely critical for bee society, not just for individuals, but for the entire hive's success. In other words, a tired bee is a dangerous bee, not just to itself, but to everyone depending on it. Fact 5. Bees understand zero, a concept most animals can't grasp. In human history, the idea of zero was a major breakthrough, but bees got there first. Through clever experiments, scientists trained bees to choose the lowest number of objects presented. Time and time again, bees ranked 0, an empty display, as lower than 1, 2, or 3 objects, showing that they understood the concept of nothingness. This blew scientists' minds because it meant bees had a rudimentary understanding of abstract mathematics. And it gets better. Bees can also solve simple addition and subtraction problems. In specially designed mazes, bees were trained to add or subtract one item to reach a reward. But perhaps most astonishing of all is how they do it. Bees use visual working memory to process symbols, just like how humans temporarily hold numbers in their minds. In another experiment, bees showed they could learn the concept of less than, picking lower numbers even when objects were shaped differently or spread out irregularly. Only a handful of animals, including chimpanzees, dolphins, and parrots, have shown similar math skills. Bees are truly flying mathematicians, wrapped in fuzzy little bodies. It's one more reminder that incredible intelligence can come in the tiniest packages. Bees are far more than just honeymakers. They are mathematicians, carnivores, electric communicators, face recognizers, and even dreamers. The deeper we look, the more magical their world becomes. If you enjoyed uncovering these hidden wonders of the animal kingdom, don't forget, there's a whole Odyssey waiting for you right here. Check out our other episodes for more mind-blowing discoveries. See you next time on the Animal Odyssey, where the wild never stops surprising us.